And hi. Hi there. How are you? Yeah, so I thought we were going to be doing this primarily on the Tobias the Adequate page, and it turns out that they wanted to do it on the main page, but the chat was set so that the Tobias the Adequate page was where the comments are going, so I have no idea what's going on now as far as that goes. However, hi, welcome. Welcome to yet another one of these things, which we are going to attempt to continue to do on a semi-regular basis. How's it going, Chris? We are live and open, and I see the chat's not working, which very much annoys me a great deal. Dang chat, honestly, it just bothers me, man. You know, I want to see the chat. I really do, but the chat box, she no want to work. I guess, I don't even know anymore. I try, and it just doesn't seem to want to. I can see you I can see your Facebook, but it doesn't show up in the box thingy, which is now located over here next to me. It's just weird, you know? I don't know. It's okay. We'll figure it out one way or the other. I mean, I miss not having the chat thing happen, but the chat should be happening over here in this box. I think YouTube will do it, but so far, just hasn't been, cooperating. That's okay. Hey, Tepo, I see you too. All right, there are no chats. That's okay. The chat will eventually go over here. Over here, this side. We have a new overlay with a few things here and there, and we're just going to mess around with it. I threw the overlay up because I got a little tired of having just this plain blank box. The chat bothers me, but that's okay. In other news, I have a hat. New hat, which I actually debuted at the Sherwood Forest Celtic Gathering at Sherwood Forest Fair in lovely and talented McDade, Texas. And as such, that worked out pretty well. I did a bunch of shows and actually made a video for my Patreon patron peeps, which has been premiered for them, and it'll be Patreon only for a week, and then it'll go out to the rest of the world, called First Offense at Sherwood. It's more of a best of. There's some technical things that were going on here and there, but I got the best of it. It's definitely not a concert video. It's more of a recorded live in the field kind of thing. But that's okay. We can do with all of that, I say. All of that. Oh my goodness. So, let's talk about Sherwood. I was on a little stage called the Villagers Square stage, which is in fact rectangular. But, you do what you can. Let me tweak it. There, now I have it. You can actually see I have an instrument. And hopefully hear it. I have some noise reduction stuff going on here. Not only do I have the door closed so that you can't hear the AC, but I actually have a noise reduction tool engaged in the SBS, Streamlabs SBS thingy. So, we'll see how well that goes here. But it's been a while, hasn't it? Oh, we had some very interesting stuff go on, like, all over the dang place. Let me think here. The San Japan show. I should talk about the San Japan show. Again, it was fun. It was a little hard to get everything to the place to do the thing, and hopefully I'm going to get some recordings out of that. But I think all of the babbling, I think it is time for me to, do a song or two, because, that's ostensibly why y'all come here. And we'll just now all rise for our national anthem. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'm the least of the unqualified of all there ever were. I'll never be professional, the faith choose to defer. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'll make up songs and stories done that since long time ago, and the people often ask me if I ever will go pro. I don't think I can give up what I'd have to shed to go, so I'll keep on being amateur, it's what I seem to know. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'm the least of the unqualified of all there ever were. I'll never be professional, the faith choose to defer. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I see people from all walks of life run off to conquer fame, and to be frank, I'd be happy if you might recall my name. But I'm quite content to loaf about on the strive for acclaim. I'll happily eschew the grind, no one else is to blame. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'm the least of the unqualified of all there ever were. I'll never be professional, the faith choose to defer. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I've got lots of songs and stories, so I'll talk away. Let's try that again. There's a lot of words in this song, man. Who wrote this stuff? I've got lots more songs and stories all tucked in some sentimental pouch. And if I was to do this all for a time, I'd sleep on someone's couch. My marriage and my mortgage are too dear to me, I vouch. So instead of marching off to fame, I casually will slouch. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'm the least of the unqualified of all there ever were. I'll never be professional, the fates choose to defer. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. Now, my friends all know I'm not alone. You all do have our toys, and you don't need to monetize the things that bring you joy. I mean, if you want to give me cash, please don't hesitate to deploy. But as long as you're all having fun, I'm a happy boy. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'm the least of the unqualified of all there ever were. I'll never be professional, the faith choose to defer. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. Now, I know fame can have its failure, that's why I wrote the song. And I famous folks all worry that we might be doing it wrong. Among all of these famous pros, the feeling can be strong. So, if you're a dilettante like me, I hope you'll sing along. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'm the least of the unqualified of all there ever were. I'll never be professional, the faith choose to defer. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. I'm a dabbler, I'm a dilettante, I'm a hapless amateur. Olay. Not bad. I haven't done that song in like forever. I wrote that in May, which seems like an eternity now. It really does. Seems like it's a very, very long time ago. Far, far away, somewhere, over the rainbow, way up high. Birds fly over the rainbow, why, oh why, can't I? That sounds familiar. Ah, sorry. Anyway, the dilettante song. One of the many songs I seem to have written about my bizarre, peculiar little pastime / hobby / part-time job / whatever the heck it is. But yeah, this hat came from the folks at Straw Goddess, who is the vendor who I got my original Tobias hat from. My original Tobias hat is now older than many of the people who do the fair, so I got a replacement. I got this, actually I got 3 of this, thinking that it was more of the top hat variety, but it is more of a bowler hat if you look at it. It is along the lines of a Renaissance era middle class hat. And myself, I said, you know what? Amy said, that's a straw bowler. I said, you're right. And then I said, I'll wear it. And she put some trim on it, and here we are. As you see here in the room known as Away, things are changing. There is, in fact, a mic stand over there now. I have purchased a mic stand. I've purchased a microphone. I've purchased a mic cord to go from the mic from the mic stand to the amplifier. And I've done that specifically because now that I don't have to worry about leaping around on stage all the time, which is what I do when I'm a magician, I can sit down to prove I still can and do my shows. And so, also the fact that the headset mics that I have are now 7 and 9 years old, which means that they are prone to static and weird things like that. Hey, Barbara, how are you? I am, so I'm going wired, and that's all right. It's fairly compact, but microphone stands don't fold down as well as I would like. I would really like to have like a totally like, collapsible Deadly Ninja folding mic stand. But for now, I'm good with that one because that'll hold all my stuff. It even has a tablet holder, so I can put my tablet on it so I can actually read my crib notes right off of my tablet. Because we can do that. Because we like, as both a musician and a magician, I believe in cheating whenever possible. Oh, let's do another song. What song do I want to do? Well, I did Friend from Fair in front of a live audience, and it went over startlingly well. In fact, there was lots of laughing and some pointing, and I like that. It's a little sharp because I've discovered I need to trim my fingernails again. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got browner sandy hair. And he has a hat and tankard, and he wears these great big boots. And he wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. He's distinctive. Yes, he is. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? If you saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. Don't recall if it's pickles, pretzels, or if it's popcorn that he sells. You can hear him coming from a mile away on account that he wears bells. The great thing about writing your own songs is when you get the lyrics in the wrong order, it doesn't matter. It's your song. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's a unique individual, no one else can compare. For he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town, see? And he always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. There we go, and we're right back on track. The audience never noticed a thing. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my pal in person, then you'd know of whom I speak. For he dresses like a pirate, now isn't that unique? Yep, pirate. With pointy ears, elf pirate. And gossamer wings, fairy elf pirate. And a kilt. Scottish fairy elf pirate. And horns. Demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And fangs. Vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And goggles. With gears on them. Steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. Big furry boots. Barbarian, steampunk, vampire, demon, Scottish fairy, elf, pirate. And a foxtail. Nobody knows why. Do you know my friend from Fair? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. Well, we've never met outside of Fair, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess I'll end this song. Olé, and there we have that one. That one actually went over very well at Sherwood because no one else has heard it except for y'all, my small but mighty core audience. And as such, it was well received. Did I get money in my hat? Yes, I did get money in my hat. How much money in my hat did I get? I got slightly more money in my hat than I got like stipend. So now that's a California level stipend. So those of you who know, you know. I'm not saying that's a lot of money. I'm just saying it was more than the stipend I would normally have gotten if I had worked at California Fair. And that's... You ever going to come back to California? Well, someone would have to cover airfare. And I have a sneaking suspicion I would not be their first choice to buy plane tickets for. I don't know why. I'm not the Joust or anything like that. So, I also did the Squidward Song. And the Squidward Song, you ask? Yes, the Squidward Song, I say. As a matter of fact, the Squidward Song, as depicted here. Squidditch being the seafaring version of that game that they fly on brooms around and chase things. I have to call it Squidditch so that I'm not sued into oblivion. The Squidditch Song went over very well indeed. And in fact, The Squidditch song went over so well that I am actually working on a Squidditch button, because you start saying Squidditch enough and people are going, well, what is that anyway? And it was a lot of fun. I hadn't gotten them all to shout yay Squidditch, which I'm trying to do to get the crowd to go yay Squidditch at the end of each chorus, but, you know, it's a work in progress. And so, as such, fire that one off. There are mighty wizards a world around who seek and block and fly, but those wizards fly above the ground, they drop too fast, they die. Sailing wizards have a game that's grand from start to finish. I speak, of course, of the legendary seafaring game of Squidditch. We have to call it that so I'm not sued into oblivion. Oh, mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum in, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with the squid. Yay, Squidditch! Load up on rum and bring your chum, shine up your flying mop. For the game is played from dusk till dawn or till all the players drop. No points are scored, no numbered board will tell you if we've won, but if all of us are in the drink, I guess the game is done. There's no such thing as water Squidditch, there's just game over, everybody's falling into the ocean. Oh, mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum in, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with a squid. Yay, Squidditch! A game of skill and daring, it calls for all your wit and luck. If you see a cephalopod fly by, well, I'd suggest you duck, for you have to stay upon your mop, and that takes all your wits. For a squid will try to cuddle just whatever it is it hits. Why? Because squid are a species of cuttlefish. Oh, mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum in, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with a squid. Yay, Squidditch! We swoop and dive and spin and strive and carrying into space. 'Cause you never know, will you end up with a squid stuck to your face. Ugh. The peril here is very real, and that, my friends, is that for a sailor's game time's ending with a damp, resounding splat. Whether it's you falling in the water or the squid suction cupping itself to you, it kind of all makes the same noise when you're up in the air and drunk. Oh, mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum in, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with a squid. Yay, Squidditch! It's been a blast, done far too fast. We all are in the drink. How'd I get down here? And you cannot tell whose team is which because of all the ink. It's a squid. So I guess that means the game is through. The squid has swum away. Let's clean up ourselves and go dry off and brag about the day. Because the story of how Brian caught a squid right in the face will never get old. It's always going to be epic. Oh, mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum in, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with a squid. You also have the chance to belt your best friend with a squid. The point of this game is you can hit your best friend with a squid. Yay, Squidditch! Ow. As such, you see, that song caught on very quickly. There was lots of cheering and clapping, and even some folks attempting to sing along, which is lovely. I have been told that my songs are earworms. I have been told that. I'm not sure if they mean it as a positive or not, but I've been told that. Yes, I have. One of the songs that I caught on that surprisingly goes over well is the Dread Peasant Festus, which, if you have heard the Dread Peasant Festus, then you know why it goes so well, because it basically is grandiose without having any justification for being grandiose at all. I've done a number of these songs. I did a certain number of these songs over and over and over again. I did Fernando, because it's Fernando, and it was at Sherwood. And it was at Sherwood that Lucky told me that whenever they find a jumping spider, they name that jumping spider Fernando. So I had to, Fernando. There are songs I did not do. I've surprised myself by not having thought of performing Sock Pirates or Captain's Log, which is a really good song, and I think it deserves to get out there because it's a great song, and I think Quigley did a great job of putting it together. And he's even tolerated the stuff that I've done with the song since I've had it in my possession, but he did not do that song. I did Faye's Lament. I did Festus. I did Songs of the Bard, which is also a song that I'm very happy about because although I always seem to have trouble getting started on it, it always seems to take more of a running start. Hey, Kay! Welcome to the show. Welcome to the party. How are you? Feel free to follow along. This happens on an irregular basis. Yeah, Captain's Log should be out there. I firmly believe that. Eventually, we'll have chat happening over here if I can get the technology to behave. Maybe. I paid good money for the Streamlabs account. I need to get them to fix it. Yes, I do. And eventually, also to have more of a custom overlay here. This is a custom overlay that I grabbed because I wanted to have a little bit more structure to my videos. But there we are. What else should we do here? I think I do want to do Songs of the Bard because Songs of the Bard is fun. I think I also want to do... I was checking to see just how long I've been up here. So this is... used to do a half-hour show. Initially Monday through Friday, then Monday through Thursday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I had to come home. I have to go to work. And so I don't have my non-commute time to do the show anymore. Speaking of which, I am currently training a new guy. New desktop guy. We will see how well it goes. We'll see how it goes. Eventually I may get some of my work from home time back, and if so, we'll see how that overlays. Yeah. I also did Arky's Toast, which went over very, very well because it's a toast. It's a song about drinking, so that never really goes bad in a Celtic festival. All right, how about we do? What have I done? I feel like there's some songs I should do that I have not done. And I think, and I actually grabbed like a bunch of pictures to put up on the screen, and I've only used one. Because I have only used Squidward so far. And that just means that I need to load up more stuff on here to bring up, so I illustrate the songs I'm doing. And eventually I'll probably put like, what song I'm playing down here somewhere or something like that. I have not spent as much time in front of my home computer as I might have because I have spent all my time in front of a work computer instead. How about we do Sailing Orientation Song, the SOS. If you're going to go upon a ship, there's things you ought to know. For a sailing ship's a complex thing, so learn before you go. There's terms for everything, they do not make it very plain. And if you're not prepared, I fear you might just go insane. Now, if you're on a 3-mast ship, the first mast is the fore. And counting back from there, you'll find that there are just 2 more. The one in the back is mizzen, so I guess it's plain to see that the other 2 upon the ships are just mast 2 and 3. So you got that? So far, so good. And the 3rd mast in the middle is the mast they call the main. And if you're all confused by now, I beg you don't complain. For the captain is a stoic man, that's why he's at the stern. And he'll cast you to the poop deck if you are not quick to learn. Now, a 3-mast ship has many booms, each one is called a yard. But there's not a one that's 3 foot long, don't take the matter hard. There's lots of ropes from boom to mast, each one is called a line. Unless it's attached to a sail, then call that a sheet, that's fine. And there are no privies on a ship, they use something else instead. You see, these gallant sailors all go priv upon their head. That doesn't change at all if it's a schooner or a sloop. Except for the captain, he's still standing sternly on the poop. So now you know a little more of sailing than before. And while all of this is gibberish, I think it's not a bore. For if you were all stuck at sea with nothing else to do, I'm sure you'd make up goofy names for all of this stuff too. You'd likely make up goofy names for all of this stuff too. When you're stuck at sea for 7 years, make up goofy names for all of this stuff too. SOS Sailing Orientation Song. Guaranteed to be people even more confused than they were before the song started. Which I'm kind of proud of, honestly. But everything that I said there is accurate. That's genuine nautical gibberish. Genuine nautical gibberish, except no substitutes. There we go. Oh my gosh. I am still getting used to the idea of actually being out in the world. I have gotten my shots. I have gotten both of my vaccine shots. I'm probably going to be looking at a booster shot in October. And so far, no superpowers. So far, no hideous side effects. So far, I've done nothing to resemble that person that Nicki Minaj's cousin in Trinidad apparently knows, although there's absolutely no records of that person anywhere, so I think someone might just be doing porky pies here, if you know what I'm saying here, if you understand your basic Cockney rhyme and slang. That means that they're lying! Why would anyone lie about the positive or negative effects of a vaccine virus? Of a COVID virus vaccine? Wonder who benefits from that. I wonder. Let me think here. I've got a couple more songs that I would like to do, and we'll do them, because that's what this whole point is about. Let me see what I want to do next. I think I do want to do... yeah. Let's see. I have so many songs here. Ooh, you know what I haven't done that I should do, and it is one that I I need to make this into a I need to make this one into a ringtone for my friend Maverick, Madman Maverick, because he does a lot of juggling and stunts and throwing of knives and axes and things, and there was a bit where he was actually using a short bullwhip to whip a piece of dry pasta out of his mouth. And look in the front row, looked at it, set it on fire! And so he did. He figured out a way to set it on fire, and that inspired a song, which is also in D. So I'm playing two of the very few songs I have that are in D on this show, which is kind of cool. And hey, you know, you get your thing where you can. I will also note that this sounds very much like a John Cougar Mellencamp song if John Cougar Mellencamp wrote songs about jugglers setting things on fire. My friend the juggler throws lots of things. He tosses axes and knives and rings. But he want that extra something, take his performance higher. Little kid in the front row said that he had an idea. Gonna set it on fire. Gonna set it on fire. Gonna set it on fire. Fire. Now Madman Maverick don't have no fear. He's been doing his dangerous stuff for many a year. But that little kid had a good idea. So the next show, Maverick knew that his path was clear. Gonna set it on fire. 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 Fire. Them burning torches get lots of cheers. Throwing burning axes has earned in some beers. If you want to advance to what you aspire, then there's just one course of action to take. Gonna set it on fire. Gonna set it on fire. Gonna set it on fire. Gonna set know, I've eaten fire. Well, it's more like putting out a burning torch with your face. But it still counts. And believe me, when I tell you this, if it's not on fire, they don't want to see you eat it. Gonna set it on fire. 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 Well, that song just about caught on fire, broke down, and fell over, broke down, caught on fire on the way out. When some pasta comes along, you must whip it. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. It's, I'd say probably a good time for me to play a song that I've played more often simply because I can. But it's also a song I have not played in the shows because the shows have not been conducive to it. Now, the next show I have, which is at the first Friday in October, will be at the Texas Furry Invasion here in San Antonio, Texas. I got a 6:30 show. And so I've got a lot of funny animal anthropomorphic themed stuff, including a song that my friend Kay, our good friend Kay, suggested that inspired me with this particular cartoon right over here. This one right here. And this one is very much of a... it's got kind of a Grateful Dead, Fish, early Jerry Garcia kind of vibe to it. The kind of song that could easily degenerate into a 3.5-hour jam with everybody getting a solo. I don't do it that way. Just like when I play the Celtic Festival, I told them I would not play all of Rocky Road to Dublin. Platypus postman, platypus postman. Neither rain, nor snow, nor sleet, nor hail can make the platypus postman fail. Even in a flood, he's still not stuck, 'cause the platypus postman swims like a duck. Platypus postman, platypus postman. Even through the mud they can't be beat, yeah, they never stink because of their web feet. Not a dog will chase him or leave a mark, 'cause the hounds are too darn confused to bark. Platypus postman, platypus postman. In the gloom of night he'll safely walk, 'cause the platypus postman glows in the dark. It's biology, gang. It's the darndest thing that you've ever seen, for the postman's bioluminescent creed. Platypus postman, platypus postman. In the coldest rain they won't demur, they're protected by their thick coarse fur. Of all the post carriers on the scene, only one of them is a mono tree. Platypus postman, platypus postman. Believe in the platypus postman, he's got my mail. Platypus postman. Gratuitous fancy ending. Hey Noodly One, how are you? Welcome to the show, welcome to the thing. We're getting back into the groove here. I will be doing these shows probably about every other week, with other things thrown into my YouTube feed as we go along. I will never be a professional Twitch streamer. I just don't do it often enough because I have both a marriage and a mortgage and a burning desire to maintain both. So, there it is. But, yeah, Platypus Postman, one of my faves. I enjoy that one a lot. I did do Hasselhoff Ballad a lot. Every single show pretty much ended with Hasselhoff Ballad because everyone likes this. And the best part about the Hasselhoff Ballad is that I had the entire crowd singing at least the very first part of the chorus by the end of it. They really did. They joined in. I want to do this one. I think I know what we're going to end with. This is not what we're going to end with. There is more of this doofy thing as we go along. See, a Noodly One's Twitch comment shows up here, but for some reason, the Facebook comments don't. And it makes me bonkers. It really does. I have to spend some time on sending email to people going, why is this not working? I gave you guys money. And we'll see how that goes. But I do want to do Hasselhoff Ballad because it is, of course, a happy little song. And now, children, I would like to sing a happy little tune with you. Yeah, happy little song. A song about gambling, drunkenness, and defenestration, yeah. The kind of song which causes me to sing in this completely intolerable Bavarian accent. Yeah, Tepo, I think we'll do Werewolf and then we'll do the final song, I think. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. I was gambling in Helsinki, down upon mine luck. Or a lot to these big Flemish guys, I felt that I was stuck. I thought I was a goner, sure surrounded by mine foes. Then I remembered Hasselhoff, and he solved all mine woes. For he invented the Hasselhoff Maneuver, which goes like this. Just grab them by the crotch, and then throw them out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blue. Just grab them by the crotch, and then throw them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. Well, I made my way out of there, and I fled down to the bar. I happily sipped lager, maybe 2 or 15 jars. Some massive Swedish mercenary spoke ill of my ma. I did not think I could escape this peril quite unscarred. And then I remembered I had the informative pamphlet written by Oscar Hasselhoff, German Master of Defense. I had in my back pocket. I pulled it out of my back pocket and read very carefully. I said, all right, we're good now. Lay on. Then I grabbed him by the crotch, and I threw him out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blue. Just grab them by the crotch, and then throw them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. I had gathered quite a crowd by the great feat I did perform. I ordered me another round, for I had grown quite warm. When time to pay the bill came, pleas for credit were all scorned. And so I tried to stand mine ground, mine fate was quite forewarned. For it came to pass that in this very, very tavern in Helsinki, temporarily between violent conflicts, Oscar Hasselhoff, German Master of Defense, was hired as a part-time bouncer. I was thrilled. Good Abend, Master Hasselhoff. Will you please sign mine a pamphlet? It took a moment for us to find the crayon, then he very carefully signed his name and everything. Then he grabbed me by the crotch, and he threw me out the window. Well, that was not effective, I thought, as I was passing through. He grabbed me by the crotch, and he threw me out the window. Yes, it seems defenestration works on me as well as you. Everyone, happy children, sing along the happy song, yeah? Just grab them by the crotch, and then throw them out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blue. Just grab them by the crotch, and then throw them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. Grab them by the crotch, and throw them out the window. Wherever violent books are sold. And I had them all going. Grab them by the crotch and then throw them out the window. I've got this song stuck in my head now. Yes, welcome to my world. Yes! The next song we will do Tepo's request. There is a song that I wrote specifically because I knew that I was going to be doing an anthropomorphic fandom convention. After I had done an anthropomorphic fandom convention, I did Texas Furry Fiesta 2019 and realized I need to have some anthropomorphic fandom songs in it for the next year. And so I wrote this song, and I noticed there's a lot of crossover on it. This is the second or third love song I've actually written, but this is the one that gets the most press because it, well, I'll explain, you see. It finally happened to me. I found someone. I didn't think it could come true, but I found me a life companion, so the same thing could happen to you. I mean, our life together is wonderful. Think we're gonna get serious soon. We really got a good thing going, but it gets real freaky when we hit a full moon. I'm dating a werewolf. Oh yes, it's true. I'm dating a werewolf. I feel a woo. It's like I'm awake in a beautiful daydream, yo. They really have improved my days, and I'm still really startled they found me here. Guess we'll have to see how all this plays. They do all kind of cute things that I adore. This relationship is gonna go far. I mean, I get all squishy when they stick their head out of the window when we're driving my car. I'm dating a werewolf. Oh yes, it's true. I'm dating a werewolf. I feel a woo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now, I ain't saying the things are perfect here. You know the challenges will always be there, but we work our way through our problems now, and it usually kind of all turns out fair. I mean, I don't like fighting my partner now, so I learned me this one little trick. If things get angry and we get into a fight, all I gotta do to win is throw a stick. I'm dating a werewolf. Oh yes, it's true. I'm dating a werewolf. I feel a woo. So now you know the whole darn crazy story here. How my life just fell apart and fell down. And while I might not sound like my mind's too clear, gotta know that I ain't wearing a frown. I mean, I know that I hit me the jackpot, y'all. That's the reason why I'm singing this song. And although we know it can take a lot of work, on a single little thing's called. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Hairball. I'm dating a werewolf. Oh, yes, it's true. I'm dating a werewolf. I feel a woo. I got the hiccups now. Yeah. I do have the hiccups. Silver jewelry. Got my girlfriend a silver necklace. She said, "What are you trying to say, boy?" Oh. And I think I've got the hiccups under control. I've only been alive for 54 years. And as such, the hiccups are still a problem. But I've gotten better at it. And I think I've actually gotten it under... Yeah, there we go. They got them to go away, which is good. I would now like to do a song which I have not done in any of my live shows out in the field because it hasn't seemed like it's appropriate. Or I get to the point where it's like, oh, I'd love to do this song, and then it's like, well, if you talk fast for 45 seconds, yeah, it's true. That's the entire show, though, Noodly. I mean, honestly, between me singing these songs with all these dang words in it and talking to y'all real fast, it does have a tendency to keep my diaphragm under control. I have no idea what set that off. Speaking of which, in a completely random aside, hey, Kay, it's snowing. I've enjoyed snowing in Helsinki, and I have to get some songs about Africa. Oh, ay, ay, ay. You know, Kay says, I am enjoying all of this as much as I enjoyed snowing in Helsinki, which was inspired, by the way, by Tepo. I now have to get some songs about Africa. Challenge? Well, could be a challenge. Let me let that roil around in my head for a while and see what happens. Who knows? You can never tell. Stranger things have been known to occur, right? So, I missed the songs of Africa. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much, Chris, for bringing that to my attention. I will resent you now. That's all right. Oh my goodness me. Let me think here. Where was I going? I was doing a thing a minute ago, and I'm not sure what I'm doing now. The final song I'm going to do is one that I really love, and it sounds like it's a British music hall song, but it's not a British music hall song. It was written in the 70s by a couple of guys in Baltimore, Maryland, and it's called Eat Bertha's Mussels. And there's actually a Bertha's in Baltimore, Maryland, and they serve mussels, and their mussels are apparently quite good. So good, in fact. So good. They wrote a song. Eat Bertha's mussels, they're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room, you can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's and you'll be in for a rare old treat. Now a sailor came to Bertha's with a problem most severe. His manly pride had been atrophied by a voyage of 14 years. So he ate a plate of mussels. Now he sings in a different key. His jibboom said, right, he'll be back there tonight, and he's not going back to sea. So eat Bertha's mussels, they're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room, you can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's and you'll be in for a rare old treat. Now a lady came to Bertha's who wanted a daughter or son. The doctors had said with a shake of their heads that she couldn't have either one. So she ate a plate of mussels and went home to her husband dear. Hi, babe. She tuned up his croup, and to tell ya the truth, they had triplets the very next year. So eat Bertha's mussels, they're the best there is by far. We're swang, heck, can eat them in the dining room, you can eat them in the bar. So if you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's and you'll be in for a rare old treat. They will cure your diarrhea, thank God, cure your constipation too, both. Just swallow a box for the chicken pox, or the measles, or the flu. So if you fancy a healthy life, get your daily dosage straight. A plate a day of Bertha's mussels, and you'll live till you're 98. So eat Bertha's mussels, yum! They're the best there is by far. By far, you can eat them in the dining room, you can eat them in the bar. When you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, tastes like chicken, just follow your nose to Bertha's and you'll be in for a rare old treat. And so we come once again, staggering, bewildered, boggled, with one foot in a bucket, and somehow a road cone and an unnatrifiable bruise to the end of yet another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork Weekend Irregularity streaming show. Thank you all for coming out and checking this out. Thank you all for chatting with me on the chat thing. Those of you on the book face, you can actually come back to this as it will be posted in both my personal page and the Tobias the Adequate page. YouTube folks, it'll be on youtube.com/mplaguerre. Twitch folks, it's twitch.com/Tobias the Adequate, but you found it, so you already know. If you want to support adequacy in our lifetime, you can go to the patreon.com/theadequate here, or you can go to theadequate.com, and there are links for both my PayPal and I think my Venmo. I'm one of those cool kids who has Venmo now. I want to thank all of my Patreon patron peeps. I have not a live concert video, but this is the best I could do with the stuff I had to record the things I did. Video from Sherwood Celtic Festival up now, and you can go to my Patreon page and get the link for that. And the rest of the world who are not Patreon patrons will be able to get to it next week. Or in a week, I should say. I want to give it in a week, give you guys who have been willing to toss some cash at me, which continues to bewilder me, a chance to see it first. And if you watch on Twitch, so I can get my free pony. Apparently, if I get a certain number of hours and a certain number of followers and a certain number of viewers per show, they will give me a pony. Or something. I don't know. I'm 54 years old, and this is all just completely bewildering to me. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be safe, be sane, be silly. Be kind. Do what you can to make sure that as many of us get to the next step of whatever the heck it is we're doing as we can. We're in a weird place, so be kind. If nothing else, it confuses the heck out of your enemies. And remember, if you're ever at a loss for a reason to keep going, spite will work. Having said all that, that is truly enough out of me. Y'all have been wonderful. I continue to be Tobias the Adequate, and I thank you all for encouraging my behavior. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Aloha. Bye-bye. I have to push a button now.